It's Independence High School. It's the Eagles. It's the Cougars. And it's Friday Night Football on this WCTV Game of the Week. As Independence comes out strong as they receive the opening kickoff, head out to the 36-yard line where they begin things 1st and 10. Michael Williams alongside Paul Breece for this big 6A matchup, 6 AAA matchup, Paul Breece. What do you have for us?
Yes,
What's the homework?
Here's what I have. I think it's a must-win for both teams, actually. I mean, you're Centennial especially. They are 0-1 in the region. They cannot go 0-2. That'd be a tough uphill climb to try to make the playoffs. So it's a must-win already in week 3.
Back to pass. Independence. Ethan Cash on the move. Avoids the tackle and is up close to midfield. Looks like he's close to the first down. So Indy starting off the night right as they are first play of the game and they have approached midfield.
Well, that's, we saw last week against the Centennial Cougars had a tough time defensively. Even though the score didn't indicate it, Smyrna, between the 20s moved the ball okay on them, and I think Centennial is going to have to try to have some answers, or we may have another WCTV score break here.
Cash going deep. That one is picked off and dropped. Thought it was picked off.
Defended by Kevin Townsend.
Kevin Townsend had a breakout game last week, as you saw in the WCTV Game of the Week for Centennial. This game last year, Paul Breece.
Yep.
Track meet.
Track meet. I don't know if it was a record, but it seemed like a WCTV record. What? 60 to 40?
Thereabouts.
What did you have?
A total of 102 points scored in this game last week.
60-42.
Last year.
There we go.
Indy takes it up the gut with, coming out on the numbers again, a little far away tonight, as usual.
Always
in bad 50-year-old eyesight, as usual. Yep. Nevertheless, Indy drives across the 50-yard line. We've got a 3rd down and looks like about 5 to go. Our scoreboard stats down and distance are inoperable. Cash takes it outside and caught and dropped again by the wide receiver Chase Bishop.
Chase Bishop, the late transfer from Brentwood High last year. And that was a pretty good throw by Cash. And they're your starters right there offensively. Cash, Ryan, Bishop, Pierce, Campbell, Harmon, and the guys up front. Motter, Sullivan, Runyon, Watson, and there's a Katina.
There's a Katina. Another one.
We always thought the Katinas were affiliated with Centennial, but here they go. Got one down here at Independence.
So Indy set to kick it away as they bog down just on the side of the 50-yard line, and that one will bounce into the end zone. So Centennial takes over 1st and 10.
So the answer by Coach Kreisky and the Centennial Cougars defensively, the stop on the first possession, huge. I mean, huge. And the offensive starters like Grayson Marcel, the quarterback, and Desmond Smith, the guy probably going to get the workload here. Crouch, Plowman, Townsend, Cornett, Holloway, Anderson, Fearing, Johnson, and Silarus. I don't know. I have a tough time with.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Start these Centennial Cougars. Both squads come into this game 1-1. Centennial with their first win last week. Ball's on the floor and quickly pounced on by the Centennial offensive lineman. And a disaster avoided, but a loss of 5 yards on the play.
You had a good defensive series. You got Centennial or Independence to come up empty on their first possession. That would have been horrendous for the Cougars to turn the ball over.
Indy with a big win last week, 20-10 over CPA. So 1st down and 15, we've got a whistle and a flag, and Centennial going backwards to start this one off. As you see the false start called.
That may have been one of those 10, they script the 10 plays, first 10 plays, and that's looks like they were going to run the same play. And the defense you talked about held CPA to only 10 points. Robertson, Monahan, Langford, Anderson, Pickering, Smith, Amoore, River, Smith, Jenkins, and Campbell.
So the Cougars now in trouble. First down and 20. That give to Smith, who had a big breakout game last week, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, but just gets back up to the 10-yard line that time. Kevin Townsell, again, the 12th grader, had a big breakout game for Centennial last week.
I mean, a huge crowd tonight, and they're still filing in. I mean, if I could have taken an Uber from my parking spot, if that would have been a possibility, I would have done it. And that's Townsell's going to have a sub for some reason.
So they'll get it straightened out. Centennial, 3rd down and a mile. They've got to get to about the 31-yard line for the first down. The give inside this time again, I believe that is Desmond Smith. And nothing doing as an inauspicious start for the
absolutely.
Cougars.
I mean, we coming in, you were thinking, all right, maybe can we match the 102 points? I don't think we're off to that great of a start.
Not off to a good start tonight.
What a defensive start here for both teams.
Vinny Cardelia, the 3rd, set to receive for Independence, as Indy is backed up into their own end zone. 8:43 to go here in the first quarter.
VC3.
VC3, exactly. Kicks away.
Not a bad punt.
And we might have a return, but maybe not, as Centennial. Nice coverage downfield. And a lot of Centennial fellas pointing the other direction like they have the ball, but nothing doing.
Yeah. So I think that another avoiding disaster right there. You know, the referees, they stopped the forward progress. They felt like the play is dead. They're going to blow it. So Independence, great field possession here on series number 2 offensively.
A couple of big plays to begin their first series. Here's Indy now, 1st and 10. Give inside, finding a touch of daylight, maybe a couple of yards. I believe that was number 29, Luke Wright.
Oh, that was, let's see, that was Luke Wright, yes. The sophomore. Yeah, the gold numbers are definitely throwing me for a loop here.
So pickup of 3 yards, right again. He'll take it on the right side. I don't know if that was, well, it was Jack Phillips. And we've got a flag on the play. We'll have a hold on Indy, so that one will come back.
There we'll see it. I mean, definitely plenty of room, and the reason was the hold. So number 20 was Jack Phillips, the senior running back.
So it remains 2nd down. Indy has to get up to the 35 of Centennial for a first.
Oh, Cash, plenty of time.
Cash back to pass, flushed out of his pocket. He's got to scramble, and we'll take it up to about the 40-yard line. Nice tackle by number 26. That was Luke Craker, the outside linebacker, the 11th grader. Brings up 3rd down. Good coverage there by Centennial.
Yep, definitely a defensive coverage. They wouldn't call it a sack, but pretty good play here.
Cash rolling to his left, got his man, and he'll have enough for the first down. Looks like, as they're up to the 35-yard line.
And I think Scott Blade, the head coach at Indy's got a tremendous opportunity with Ethan Cash tonight. He doesn't have to really drop back and do a step-and-step drop. He could roll him out at 2 or 3 steps, and Cash has the arm to get it where it needs to go. Just going to have to trust his receivers that they're going to reel it in.
So big first down for Indy, just inside the 35-yard line. Give inside, balls again on the floor, and this time it goes over without question. So again, a nice drive for Indy Stalls right there at the 35, and now Centennial in a little bit better position.
I think 57 right here on the recovery for Centennial. You're not sure if it looks like a quarterback exchange, but just could not get a hold of it there.
That was my man Jeremiah Crutcher, I believe, the defensive. Yes, it was. Jeremiah, way to go on that one. Taught Jared, he was in my class last year. Big fumble recovery. I have to give him a fist bump on Monday at school. Nicely done, Jeremiah. As Indy takes over, or Centennial rather takes over. Dropped at the 30-yard line. We've got another flag on the play.
And this is going to be a hold on Centennial. So both teams shooting themselves in the foot, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, both coaches talking on the coaches show this afternoon about how this third game of the season, usually a breakout for somebody.
Yeah. They get kind of an idea who is settling into their positions, and the first two games, kind of a lot of trials and tryouts per se to see who can fit where, and I think hopefully both teams have settled in their personnel.
So Centennial, this is their second drive, and they are for both of them.
Yep.
It's hard to imagine they have any positive yardage.
I don't think
so far. Still first down. They've got to make it up to about the 43-yard line for a first. But Grayson Marcel certainly has the arm to do that, and he'll give it a shot this time.
It's a great catch, great throw.
Pass is complete beyond the 25-yard line. Receiver is Eli Cornett. He had a big game last week. Called his name out a few times.
And this offensive series is without Desmond Smith at running back. Trying to get a number 6 maybe for Centennial. The running back.
Marcel back to pass again inside. That's Townsell, and caught and dropped as he likely heard some footsteps there as Indy kind of sniffed out the little screen pass.
Well, here comes Smith back in the game, and what that does, it just opens the playbook. Now you're dual predictable, as you can run or throw right here. Without Smith in the backfield, you feel your odds of Centennial throwing the ball are pretty good.
So third down and about 15. Inside again, this time to Smith, and crosses the 35, but he'll be well short of the first down. Little daylight opened up for him, but that Indy defense closed down pretty quickly and brings up fourth down. So both these teams, Paul Breece dropped their opener to begin the season. Both teams won last week, and this the second game of the year second region game of the year for Centennial. The first region game of the year for the Eagles. As Cardella sets to receive, and that one nearly blocked. May have even got a hand on it. Takes a Centennial roll inside the Indy 30-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, 0-0 is your score. 4:56 here left in the first quarter. I mean, just over halfway the first quarter. Centennial probably negative offensive yards. Independence, yeah, they got a handful.
Cash now, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Doesn't matter because the give is up the gut. And Centennial is there to drop the ball carrier just inside the 30-yard line. No gain, looks like. Maybe a half a yard. This one, Paul Breece, I think, was about 21-21 this time last year. As we were,
absolutely.
as we were headed to over 100 points for the game.
Yeah.
Cash again looks left. Nobody. Helmet comes free. Cash again forced to scramble his way out, and he'll be run all the way to the track.
Yeah.
And it looks like an Indy player.
Maybe number 18. I don't want to call the wrong number out, but
like
maybe got poked in the eye right there.
Kobe Creed, perhaps. Maybe got a hand in the face mask, perhaps.
Sure.
He's coming off kind of clutching his.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, Cody Creed, you're right. And
so 3rd down and about 5 for Indy. 4:15 to go here in the first. No score. Cash again. The give outside this time. A little daylight, and Indy will pick up the first down. As Jackson Campbell, he'll take it up to midfield.
Just a nice jet sweep. And cut it up at the right time, and positive yards, positive game, first down, the Eagles.
Indy's had a few of these. Centennial not so much.
No.
Not on offense, at least. So 1st down and 10. Again, the jet sweep, this time to the right side. And finding a little bit of a crease is number 5, Chase Bishop.
Coach Scott Blade, it looks like he's found something outside of the tackles. Give his athletes a head start, and 2 first downs in a row, and we have a Cougar that is down.
So we've got a stoppage of play. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, there's an injury right there.
Okay, we've got an injury. Centennial player is shaken up on the play.
Big crowd again here. I mean, it's a great night.
It is. We have lucked out on the weather.
Look at the
last two
that
weeks.
Picturesque.
No doubt. Way to go, fellas. That is postcard right there.
Absolutely. Tremendous.
Nicely done. Our boys Christian Dunham and Dayton Edwards up here running the show for us, taking our pictures. There you see Coach Scott Blade, head coach of the Independence Eagles. His squad seems to have found something a little offensively, as they have it 1st and 10 at the Centennial 40-yard line.
It's a good flag right there.
Again, the sweep.
Do it again.
This time to Brian Pierce.
Just a different guy.
And Pierce just shy of the first down.
3 jet sweeps in a row, 3 different individuals running it, and almost 3 first downs, just a yard short, you said. And if there's something that Coach Scott Blake can do, he'll just pick it apart. If he sees something, he'll just keep going after it.
So Indy now 2nd and short, and looked like we might have had some movement, but never mind, as Indy runs it up to the 5-yard line. Huge run. Ethan Pickering, the 11th grader.
Tremendous. You know, you went to the well with the jet sweeps 3 in a row, and that one you went right behind the center guard gap, and Pickering, 33 right there, with a huge first down.
There you take a look at the Indy quarterback. That's the senior Ethan Cash. He's got his squad up, poised for their first points of the night. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. They stack it up inside, and the scrum will take it down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, 2nd and goal. Will they continue to pound it? And sometimes coaches get down here in this inside 5-yard line and try to get fancy.
You take a look at Ethan Pickering coming off the field. 2nd and goal now. Back inside and nothing doing as Centennial again.
53 for the Cougars. Tremendous stop.
Trevor Anderson coming in for Centennial. Brings up 3rd down and goal now. .90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Back inside, and that one knocked away, but we'll have a flag. And that looks like defensive pass interference as the Indy receiver was yanked down. And that's exactly what it is. So
automatic first down.
Yep. So a fresh set of downs now for Indy as they threatened to stall right there at the goal line, but now 4 more chances, and you see that pretty easily. Leo Gearhart picking up the penalty there for Centennial. Hard to believe already the third week for the WCTV game of the week. Hope you are enjoying us live either on YouTube or Facebook live streaming. New feature that we have for you this year. Cash takes it himself, and it'll be a touchdown, Eagles. So Ethan Cash, the 12th grade quarterback, just decided to go old school that time as he went in and ran right into the pile, and it was enough to get over the goal line. So the Eagles will take the early lead here. As there you see Ethan Cash trot off the field after the touchdown dive. Walking right into the sunset there, Paul Breece.
Man, tremendous drive by the Eagle offense. And maybe one pass thrown in that series. Kept it on the ground, did it in a different, many different kind of ways. Jet sweeps, off tackle. Now late flag, personal foul on Indy.
So it looks like that'll likely be
that'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So I want to say this is Cooper Allen set to try the PAT. Run some folks on, run some folks off. Talk about it for a minute. And the whistle blows, and now we're ready to go. So the PAT kick is up and straight and true. So Indy will take the early 7-0 lead after a struggling start offensively for both squads. Indy finally able to get across the goal line with the Ethan Cash quarterback dive.
Well, great, it was a slow start by both teams, but offensively, here we go. We got Indy with the score. Will they be able to answer as Cash just leans across? And now with the personal foul assessed on the touchdown, they're going to be kicking off, I believe, from the 20. And if you remember our good friend Kevin Townsell, got the capability of making this a 7-7 game.
Real fast. He did that nicely last week against Smyrna. answered Smyrna as they had crept within a couple of points of Centennial last week, and actually on their own kick return, and then Townsville answered with a kick return of his own for a touchdown. And then Townsville again with the pick six later in the game.
Was it back-to-back plays?
Was it back-to-back?
Well, Townsville ran touchdown back. They kicked off. First play for Smyrna, throws, interception. I'm not 100% sure, but I felt like that was what was
Sounds
said.
right. Well, let's stick with our story. Sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely. You believe us.
I like it. I was there. So Indy backed up to their own 25-yard line, and Centennial, I believe this is Smith and Townsville again, back to their 15 set to receive.
Let's see all that,
and they'll take it.
You know what?
Right.
That is a great. Oh,
knocked out of bounds by the Centennial players.
Yeah, it touched him,
and
it's going to cause the ball to be dead right there. 21. Centennial, instead of starting at the 35.
Now they start back at the 20-yard line, which is.
That was a tremendous call by the.
Well, Alexander Steele, the Centennial player, looked like he expected the ball to dribble out of bounds. Instead, it took a funny hop.
Right here, absolutely. Tries to, and boom, right there, off the knee. And that's.
Well, we were kind of excited for a big return.
Absolutely. And
nothing doing.
Yeah, great call by the Independence coaching staff to not kick it to Townsville, obviously, but turned out in a favorable possession here for Centennial.
So the Cougars need a little fire offensively. Marcel back to pass, got his man and unable to come up with it. I want to say that is Eli Cornett. So 2nd down and 10 for Centennial. As Marcel has 3 receivers to his right, 1 left, looks to his left, now back to his right.
Whoa.
And again, Cornett unable to come up with it. Didn't look like he was expecting it.
You know, 3rd and 10, Coach Kreisky and the Centennial staff have just got to maybe calm the Independence or his Centennial Cougars down, thinking that, you know, 7-0. They feel like, I could tell by the body language, it just doesn't seem like, you know, they got a lot going on right now. They got to get back at it.
Exactly. Centennial looking to catch fire here as Marcel in trouble, rolls to his right, still flushed, still looking for somebody, and that one will fall incomplete and bring up 4th down. So again.
Well, and the reason I said that, Michael Williams, was this. They never ran Desmond Smith the ball that series. They went 3 straight passes. You know, it seems like they're looking at the scoreboard and they're in panic mode. And when you have a guy like Desmond Smith,
0-0.
Hand it to him. Hand it to him and see what happens.
So Cardella again backed up just inside his own 45-yard line.
I'd love to see VC3 run it back so we can call him. And they almost did block the last punt.
They come again, but this time well away. And
he's running up and catching it.
Cardella, he'll take it.
Man, no fear, no fear, no fear.
And take off, he's just inside the 50-yard line, inside Cougar territory. So the Eagles take over again, 1st and 10 from the Centennial 48-yard line. Indy now with a bit of momentum here offensively. Cash again, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Looks to his left, pumps once, goes deep this time. Got his man, comes up with a catch. And they'll wave it off. And the ball They'll say it touched the ground first.
Oh, they called it incomplete.
Called it incomplete. That one will come back. Looked nice, though, as we take a look again here on replay.
Man, oh, man. He gave it a lot of air. Gave Bishop a time to come under it. And, oh, yep. We see it right there. Did not come up with it. And that is a great camera work by our crew.
Nice job, fellas.
And that's a great call by Coach Blade, going right after him on the first play of the series right here.
Again, inside. This time the catch is made by number 6. It's Brian Pierce. He's the one that just almost came up with that bomb a second ago. But big first down for Indy as they get up deeper inside Centennial territory. They've crossed the 35-yard line. Inside the 35, 1st and 10. As we have a half a minute to go here in the first quarter. Again, Cash finding a little something here. Nicely broken tackle by number 19. That's Chase Harmon. And he'll get up to the 25-yard line.
That's 18.
That's Kobe Creed again.
Yeah,
sorry
Kobe Creed.
about that.
That guy is a monster.
So Creed just about 2 yards shy of the first down.
What do they have him listed as? Number 18. Cody Creed.
5'9", $175, I believe.
Man, he I guess from up here, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, one thing about Independence is we're calling out names, and it's not repeating names. I mean, we're calling out 7, 8 different guys offensively that have touched the ball. They have definitely spread the wealth offensively here in this first quarter.
Very well said. So end of the first quarter, and Indy with a 7-0 lead as the sun has finally dipped below the horizon on this Friday night here at Independence High School. Michael Williams, Paul Breece with you here on the WCTV Game of the Week. We saw these two squads again in action last year, Paul Breece, and it was a pinball game. That's lost on the younger generation, I know, but we had...
What's a quarter?
Yeah. The numbers from last year, 711 total yards of offense, 102 points were scored, and I can't remember who won the game.
It was Centennial.
With Centennial won.
I believe.
And we were
Jariel Wilson was the guy. I mean, I think he had over 200 yards rushing. Don't quote me on that. But here's what I do want to tell you. You can always catch us live on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook Live. YouTube Live.
YouTube Live.
I believe that.
And I do believe we stream on Facebook Live
stream
as well.
Okay, absolutely. I love it.
Our boss, Creed Henderson, was telling us to talk that up, as I believe we can watch and listen to ourselves up here in the press box.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Not at all. 2nd down and 3. Indy again. And looks like they'll have just enough for the first down. Couldn't tell who the ball runner was this far away. Pickering again.
Pickering, yeah.
As he's inside the 25-yard line. And they'll flip the flag over, and indeed it is a first down. This time from the 24-yard line. Cash again in that spread offense. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Looks over the middle, chased away, and Cash again showing some nice scrambling ability, and he'll get inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I mean, I guess if there's one thing about Cash scrambling right there, Coach Blade probably says, hey, try for that white line a little quicker. There's no need to get hog-tied down there, and you know, we got a lot of football left in the season. So
Cash's scramble brings it up, nets 5 yards, so 2nd down 5 for the Eagles. Again, that's jet sweep again. And
slow developing, and it still may turn out good.
Finding a little daylight. Is Campbell. Gets up near the 5-yard line, and it's enough for another first down, this time 1st and goal.
Campbell couldn't get the speed he wanted to get off the sweep because of the mishandled snap, but that guy sure did the tango right there.
So Jackson Campbell bounced off a couple of tacklers and makes it up to the 10-yard line. And Indy once again in business, 1st and goal from the Cougar 5. Spread them out. Cash again, finds daylight. He'll take off up the gut, and he's got his 2nd score of the ball game. Ethan Cash, touchdown Independence.
Put it in the books. When in doubt, tuck it and go. Ethan Cash making things look easy tonight.
So there's the senior quarterback trotting off the field. He's got 2 scores on the night. And Indy set to make this one 14-0. As the point after is up and good. So Paul Breece.
Wow.
Indy starting off kind of slowly, but now they seem to have caught fire.
They've caught fire, and here we go with Cash. I think he was looking for the fade in the corner, but it wasn't there. And he saw a little green, and Ethan Cash, touchdown. 3 yards out.
Cash.
Money. I don't know. Ethan Cash.
I was going to say he cashed in.
Yeah.
Hear the groans across Williamson County.
Yeah.
As we, our dad jokes are lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 10:26 to go, and Indy having a good time.
Absolutely.
14-0. Centennial still looking to find some kind of spark offensively. But so far, nothing doing. Boys might be in for some push-ups tonight. Centennial, or if Indy keeps lighting up the scoreboard the way they have. So here we go. Indy set to kick it away. Can Centennial find something offensively? The squib kick comes up short. And I want to say that was, well, I'm not even going to speculate.
No. Well, let him. 20.
Tucker Tremaine.
Yeah, Tremaine.
The up back there gets it to the 40-yard line. So
I think Independence went in the game realizing that Kevin Townsend was not the person to kick it to. So they're going to not even give him a chance to try.
Not even give him the chance. However,
they said you were our play of the week last week. We're not making it happen.
Don't want to do it again. But Centennial with nice field position
Absolutely.
to start off this drive, and this time
there he is.
That's Desmond Smith.
Yeah, and
that is Desmond Smith. That was Desmond Smith, and he'll go all the way 60 yards. Touchdown, Centennial.
Like I said earlier, don't get in panic mode, Centennial High School. When you got Desmond Smith back there, you got a shot every time he touches the ball.
Indy falls asleep on the running back, and he goes nearly untouched. 60 yards to pay dirt, and now Centennial maybe the spark they were looking for as they climb back in this one. As Carter Potts set for the point after, that's straight and true, and we've got a new ball game, Paul Breece. Just like that, things change.
One play.
There's the man right there.
Little fake, quick draw right there. The middle of the Red Sea opens up, and if it's a foot race, put your money on 2.
2 Indy defenders try to close, and Desmond Smith. We knew he would be a catalyst tonight, for sure. He certainly was last week. 198 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's just going to prove right there that even no matter what the score is, whether Centennial's up or down, number 2, Desmond Smith, needs to have a touch or 2 because he is Mr. Electric. Well, we got a little conference here on the.
We've got a coach all the way out to the 10-yard line.
I was thinking, what is going on? We're looking over
and now
the
looks
field.
like Matt Kreisky comes out.
And there must be some kind of field issue right there.
As Scott Blades and Matt Kreisky both out.
You know it's serious when both head coaches are out there.
And there you see Coach Blades walking back. Not exactly sure what the issue was.
Yeah.
So things seem to have been resolved. Centennial set to kick it away. And that one will make it to the end zone.
Wow.
So a little sass now from Centennial.
The kicker for Centennial, number 10, is, help me out, Crouch?
No.
No.
It is Johnny Crouch.
Johnny Crouch, okay. Man, he's got a, I mean, if you're on the Centennial kick coverage team.
Johnny also plays wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably could do a plethora of things. Maybe a
plethora.
safety. Absolutely. There's the, what is that, Chick-fil-A? I don't even know.
So the Eagles now, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pass is made, catch is made. First down, Indy. Campbell on the reception.
Nice play, Cash to Campbell.
Just inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Eagles, here on a gorgeous late summer night here at Independence High School.
Center.
Bobbled snap this time. Cash has to fall on it, and a big loss on the play.
And I believe that may be this. I know the second for sure, possibly the third time that Cash has had to really work on catching the snap. So once was a 1st and 10, now what? 2nd and, who knows?
Much longer.
Yeah, but definitely more than 10.
Indy has to get up to about the 45-yard line. Cash again inside on the screen to Brian Pierce, and Pierce nearly picks up that first down. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. Nope, but they'll go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah.
So a huge pickup on the play. As Indy has gashed Centennial offensively the last couple of series.
Riding the arm of Cash here on this drive.
Cash again, they try it again. Down the center. Catch is made right there at midfield. Pierce again on the reception. Brings up about 2nd down and 6. Right there on the Independence logo.
Cash, I believe, has hit like 5 different receivers tonight.
Again, the give inside, try to keep Centennial honest. And once again, Indy has the first down as they cross the Centennial 45-yard line.
That's Phillips.
Jack Phillips, the senior running back. It's like he may have caught a helmet in the hip there as he kind of.
Well, yeah, I believe he did, and the guy that hit him is
still on the
ground. I'm not sure I'm not sure, but hopefully it's just a cramp. You know, you were talking about that last play where you thought he was a yard short. You know, it seems less and less that they bring the chains out now. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. Even in college and pro, I mean, if it's close enough, they're going to wave it on. Rarely do I ever see the chains come out anymore and try to measure it, unless it's a critical spot in the game. Just something I've
Unless you're
observed.
the New England Patriots, I guess. Remember years ago when they had the chains and they put the big boa between the between the two flags, so everybody in the world could see the chain, the measurement.
Yep. You don't see that. And I mean, look at the stick guy now. I mean, the stick guy is electronic over there. I mean, the down guy with the stick. It's easiest for us over here.
We're being automated left and right.
I mean,
pretty soon we won't even have football players.
Just an observation while we had a little break.
Well, we have, I believe we had a penalty on the play. Couldn't tell exactly what it was. We were up here gabbing away and we didn't see the penalty. So second down inside the Indy 45-yard line. Second down and 11. Can't tell you what the flag was all about. Cash.
Screen pass.
Again, and this time inside and some daylight. Doesn't matter as Indy once again picks up the first down.
And when you have passes that are high percentage passes, Ethan Cash, I mean, Scott Blade just making him look great. Easy pass, 11-yard gain.
Creed again with the reception and makes up the penalty yardage that had been lost. And Indy clicking now, and again a flag comes in. Might have a hold this time.
You know, I think the officials here said week 3 as well. We're going to be on top of our game as well. We're not letting anything go, because last week it just seemed like maybe 3 or 4 flags. Today we've had
another hold against Indy. That'll back them back up. Well, can Centennial take advantage of these penalties? They haven't so far.
No, absolutely not. It seems like when Independence got a penalty, they immediately get a first down on the next play.
Yeah.
And so
they get a deep kickoff, and it bounces off the Centennial man out of bounds.
So now you got a 1st and 19. I mean, the chances right here that Cash can pick up 19, pretty good.
He rolls right, fires right. It's got his man, and more green in front of his receiver, and another first down.
Absolutely. 21.
Breece, you just talked about it.
You get your defense in a pretty good possession here, and you let them have it right back.
There's Brian Pierce on the reception as he touches the 30-yard line. You see Cash there roll out. Got his man. Shouldn't have been, but maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain. But Pierce breaks a couple of tackles, and again, this pass falls incomplete for Independence.
Open field tackling for Centennial seems to have been an issue tonight for sure, and even last week occasionally. Second and 10. This may as well be 2nd and 1.
So far, Centennial hasn't showed a great deal on defense. Cash again rolling left. He's got that scramble ability. He'll go ahead and take it and tucks inside, crosses the 25-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 5. .643 remaining here in the second as Cash gets to the 25-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 4. Give inside this time.
Good trap play.
Lots of daylight, and all the way for the 24-yard touchdown. Pickering on the 34-yard TD.
No, 20.
Was it 20?
Is that Phillips?
It was. I believe it was Jack Phillips on that.
Jack Phillips, I apologize. We'll catch a replay of this, I bet.
There he is as he comes off the field.
And the only reason I could tell is because of his wrap on his left leg.
Jack Phillips, the senior. And the point after as Indy goes up 21-7 with 6:35 to go here in the second.
So the answer by Independence here, we talked about it, 21-7, 6:35, halfway done in the second quarter until halftime. It was a great trap play. Not sure if we'll catch a replay of it, but 24-yard touchdown run. And there we go. We'll see it right here. A great kick out block by the guard. And once Phillips hits a certain point, it's nothing but 6 for the Eagles.
So we have, we're back in the hometown next week, Coach Breece.
Uh-oh.
The Summit Spartans travel to the Franklin Rebels lair.
Is that right?
That's right.
That is going to be a very interesting game. Not only does Franklin play Ravenwood tonight, and Summit, you know, and if you're asking me who maybe the second best team is, I'm Summit High School, but in Williamson County. Second best high school in Williamson County. Nothing against everybody else. I'm just thinking they're playing pretty good football right now. But
there you see that Indy crowd.
Man,
pretty well fired up as they
absolutely
are in control here. 21-7, 6:35 to go in the first half. As the Eagles set to kick it away once again. Do they squib it yet again?
Absolutely.
Up back this time. And again, Indy, or Centennial rather, with some decent field position. As number 31, that was Xavier Pickens, sorry.
You know, Independence has come to the realization that they would rather give up between 30 or 40 yards of possession versus giving Kevin Townsend 6 points on the board on the kickoff return.
So if that's a run back, you're saying, well, that's a decent run back right there.
Absolutely. But here's what I'm saying. Desmond Smith, number 2. I would run the exact same play that he just scored on.
So high snap. Marcel picked off. Some daylight.
Uh-oh, he's going to scamper. He's going to scamper.
This is number 8. This is Jackson Campbell. And he stopped just short of the pick 6. Dropped just inside the 5-yard line. And once again, Indy back in business.
Well, unbelievable, great defensive play. And it just baffles me, Michael Williams, that they're going to the air. We saw the capabilities of a Desmond Smith to get you some points. Don't need to ride Marcel's arm until needed.
Absolutely necessary.
I mean, halfway, not even through halfway the second quarter. Now you put yourself way behind the 8 ball here if Indy scores.
So Indy threatening to land a 1-2 punch. As again, the inside give once again to Jack Phillips.
Nice play by 31 for Centennial. 31 is Xavier.
31 is Xavier Pickens again.
Pickens, yeah, he came off the defensive end and just crashed down and made a good tackle.
So Phillips again into the game. He just with the 34-yard touchdown scamper a series ago. Indy with the pick, nearly a pick 6. They've gotten inside the 5-yard line, threatening yet again, already ahead 21-7. They give this time, finding his way is number 33, Ethan Pickering, for the touchdown for Independence. And now Paul Breece,
man,
Indy with some breathing room.
Absolutely.
So the gates have opened up here for Indy. 5:32 to go here in the half. And the Eagles make it 28-7.
Independence doing what they, recovered very well after the first offensive series and the fumble, and they've come out and scored up. 28. We'll see it right here. Pickering, just a quick handoff, the kick out block, and he was dead to right, and Pickering
showed great patience waiting on his blockers there.
Maybe the short yardage back. Do you have those anymore?
They did on that play.
Yeah.
So there's the fellas got 28 push-ups to do. Some of those push-ups guys, a little suspect.
Who was the guy that was Reggie Bush's backup, played for the Titans?
Yeah. That was Flash and Dash.
Thunder, Lightning, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember
with,
who you're talking
Chris
about.
Johnson.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Chris Johnson.
No, with Chris Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Unbelievable. Short yardage back.
That's right. That was a long way to go to get to that.
Yeah, I know.
So we squibbed this one again. Well, will we or no? I think
or kick it out of bounds.
Kick it out of bounds. Might as well.
That's just as good as the 35.
Exactly. You got to think that was by design right there.
Absolutely. I mean, that may be the only time Scott Blade looks at his kicker and says, just kick it out of bounds as far as you want to.
Knock yourself out.
Or maybe he's telling him, what are you doing? I can't, I'm reading the body language down there with him.
We're saying, that's exactly what I wanted you to do.
Yeah. That was a great job. Yep. Gets a couple of pats on the shoulder. He's saying, Coach, that looked horrible. He said, did they run it back for a touchdown? No.
Great coaching.
Yeah. Well, high school, I guess they're starting from the 40. Kick it out of bounds, you start from the 40. How about that?
Man, I can't remember that guy's name.
Yeah, that's going to give you a hard time.
I know it.
I know. I apologize.
Drives me nuts. Don't get old.
Well, the officials are going to gather around. Maybe they are talking about the placement of the ball after a kickoff out of bounds. And they are going to move it back to the 35. I thought that was right. As Michael Williams still does his research. Lindell White.
Thank you very much. There it just comes.
I know. Here we go. Now, wait a minute. Now, Matt Kreisky's saying, wait a minute. What are we doing? Nobody knows the spot of the ball. Somebody call somebody. Let's figure it out. Hang on. He's saying the 40. Scott Blade saying the 35. Who's going to win?
I don't know. You want me to Google it?
Yeah. National High School. Uh-oh. Here we go. What are we doing? You know what? Here's what they're doing.
We're going to kick it again.
Yeah. Decline it. They're going to take the penalty. Or they're going to kick it back. Re-kick.
Check out the half moon there, Coach Breece.
Where we at?
Right here, bud. There we are, Coach Breece.
Is that a waning crescent? I don't know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. My daughter would be taking like 18 pictures on her phone with that. Creating more lack of storage on my phone. I can't even download any apps because I've got 17,000 pictures on my phone.
All priceless.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so enough of our nonsense up here.
Yeah.
It's time to play ball again. 5:32 to go in the half. After all of that, we're just going to go ahead and kick it one more time.
Yeah.
And this time we go deep.
Could be trouble.
Got a return on this time. This is Townsell. Very dangerous. runs way across the field, and he'll run out of bounds at about the Centennial 25-yard line.
Yeah. Townsville, if he's going to get one, he's got to run between the numbers. And when he stretched it right there, we knew he wasn't. They did Independence kickoff did a good job.
I don't know that I'd call us announcers as much as clowns, perhaps.
Yeah, sure.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
All right, come on, Desmond Smith. Let's see what you got. There we go.
Smith again to the right side, and Indy nothing doing as Smith is dropped back 20-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 23. So he loses a yard on the play. Time of your life, ladies, absolutely. Live it up on this Friday night. You deserve it. Second down, 13. Inside to Smith again. That's the danger as he crosses the 30-yard line. About 5 yards shy of the first down.
You know, this may be a possibility if you are going to throw it, maybe a little screen pass to Smith, maybe a quick, just a quick out of the backfield. You know, don't put too much pressure on your quarterback to get the ball downfield. You only need 4.
Centennial now, 3rd down and 4, manageable. Marcel looks flushed. He'll try it up the gut, runs into his own man, and is spun down at about the 33-yard line, short of the first down.
That's unfortunate. Even more unfortunate is Desmond Smith stayed in as an extra blocker. So he was never a target in the whole play right there, which was unfortunate. But, yeah, I think Grayson Marcel thought he had the first down until he ran into his lineman right there.
So Vinny Cardella back again, standing at his own 30-yard line. He has
he is
not been shy tonight. This one nearly blocked again. And that one will fall dead just inside the 40-yard line. So 3:49 to go in the half. Indy comfortably in charge, 28-7, back-to-back scores. With the exception of the Desmond Smith 60-yard touchdown scamper, Centennial's offense has been quite anemic tonight. Just have not been able to get things going.
No.
And Indy seemingly clicking on all cylinders here.
After the first 2 offensive possessions, it seems like they're doing a fantastic job.
Cash looking. He'll be flushed again. Finds his man. And a nice reception there for the first down is number 6. These receivers, Brian Pierce, having a big night.
Cash does a tremendous job when he rolls out, keeping his shoulders square and hitting his target. I mean, not usually when you start to roll out, you float the ball a little bit. This was thrown on a rope right to him.
So Indy now in Centennial territory, just
very
inside
quickly, by the way.
just inside the 45-yard line. Cash again, why not? Looking, firing, going deep, man-on-man coverage.
Oh my, what do we got? Jump ball. Oh, incomplete.
And that one will fall incomplete. Oh my goodness, I thought the ref almost signaled a touchdown there, but he was waving that off.
Well, I like the
great patience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shown by
little
Cash
pressure,
here.
Steps up, throws it off 1 foot, probably not the best, but Bishop fighting for it.
Well, the ball was in somebody's possession right there, but popped out there at the last second. So 2nd down 10. 2:10 remaining here, and we'll go up the gut, does Indy, and finding lots of daylight and a first down.
18. Cody Creed, is that his?
Is Cody Creed.
Wow.
You're exactly right. And he's just shy of the 30-yard line, but still good enough for a big first down for Indy.
That young man runs like he's about 225 downhill. Tremendous run, first down again.
So first down for Cash. Inside give. And hanging on for dear life as
Pickering.
I believe this is Pickering again. Yep, Ethan Pickering stopped just shy of the 25-yard line.
And again, it's just one person after another, after another. I mean, they are just spreading the wealth tonight offensively.
Lots to choose from tonight,
Absolutely.
Paul Breece.
It's like going to the Golden Corral. Huh? Can you have steak or cotton candy?
Why not both?
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, Cash flushed again. Again, he's shown some great speed tonight, and not that time.
Xavier, 31.
Xavier.
Help me out.
It was Xavier Pickens there.
Pickens.
Not having any of it.
No.
But stops the quarterback just short of the first down.
I mean, third and one. This is obviously two-down territory. There is no way Scott Blade is going to kick a field goal. Oh, and without a measurement, they're going to wave it on and say first down.
They do wave it on, absolutely.
Yeah. We are not walking out there and measuring this.
So call it first down.
Yep.
Two receivers left, two right.
Oh,
here's Cash. Inside screen. This time
nice
to number
play.
6, that's Brian Pierce.
27, Centennial, tremendous tackle in open field space right there.
Bailey Pauley coming in and making the stop.
Great play. Read the play beautifully.
So does Centennial's defense.
Well, I'm just wondering why Independence is not calling a timeout.
Try to pick this up. 20 seconds to go. Cash again, quick pass to his right side and picking his way.
He's going to be short.
Is it short, or do they stop right there at the 10-yard line? And there you see Coach Matt Kreisky just wondering, how can I light a fire under this group's backside here?
Well, a turnover would be tremendous. If they could create something. So 11 seconds. And you got a first down. I think every play right here is a throw. Let me retrace that. I'm not 100% sure how many timeouts that Indy has, but if they have one in their back pocket, they have to keep it just in case for a field goal attempt. If they have two, then they definitely could run the ball if they need to, but I'm thinking you got Ethan Cash as your quarterback. Let her ride. Ride the light.
There is the construction out for the Centennial students. Kind of mocking the construction going on over here at Independence High School.
You know, and it's I spoke to an Independence official and I asked him what that was. I thought maybe an auditorium or an auxiliary gym. Cafeteria.
Cafeteria.
That's what I was told.
11 seconds to go. Does Indy have another score in them? Cash rolling right.
He's got to get out of bounds.
And he does make it out of bounds. They'll stop the clock with 5.1 seconds to go. Cash makes it up. They'll spot it.
As soon as they spot it, it's going to start.
They'll spot it about the 6, and now we've got another Indy timeout. And so that answers your question on the timeouts there, Paul Breece.
And that's the play right there where Cash had to just throw it out of bounds if he didn't have anything. So clock management is going to be a big thing right here, that Independence gets some points out of this. And if I'm not mistaken, last week in our WCTV Game of the Week, Centennial held Smyrna, I think, on a defensive
right there at the goal line.
Right there at the goal line, yeah, thank you. Right before the half, and it seemed to spark them a little bit.
A little bit.
So if the Centennial defense can hold them to 0 off this thing, that would be a huge win to go in the locker room at halftime.
So last play here.
Possibly.
Possibly, that's right. Second down. Cash again.
Fade
going to the corner and just out of the end zone there.
I think there was 0.5 left on the clock.
Well, do they treat this like they do first downs? The Centennial players seem to think so, as they are marching off the field.
Yeah, that would be a huge win for Centennial's defense. I looked at the clock when the pass was incomplete, and it said 0.5.
Well, Centennial's headed off the field. Indy is remaining as Scott Blades is trying to plead his case, saying we've got a couple more seconds left.
Well, this would be huge if they brought him back on the field.
And they do. They will bring them back. Indy is, or Centennial, halfway out the gate.
Yeah, and some of the kids are still running to the locker room. Hopefully they're not on the special teams.
Centennial halfway out the gate, and Coach Scott Blades, he wins his argument.
Yeah, that's home field advantage.
And so they'll put 1 second back on the clock here. And this could be enormous.
Absolutely.
If Indy's able to punch this in before halftime.
Well, I think all the kids have gotten a message.
So Centennial's players, you can't see them there on your screen, but they were halfway to the locker room by the time they whistled it back up and called them back to action here. Well, so they'll go ahead and kick the field goal, and now we've got a whistle.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout, Centennial.
Timeout, Centennial.
Sure, let me ice the kicker here.
I think it's been about 5 minutes since our last play. But there you see it right there on the scoreboard. 1 second remaining. We finally do have intermission.
Yep. Hi, and we welcome the YouTube viewers. I think last check, 30 people and growing.
Hello, 30-person audience. Hope you're having a great time tonight watching the WCTV Game of the Week. I'm Michael Williams alongside my good buddy and longtime broadcast partner, Paul Breece. He got me into this business about 4 or 5 years ago.
Somehow we've survived.
Somehow. So Cooper Allen on to try the field goal. About 23 yards away on the field goal try. And now, more whistles and another timeout.
Oh, I love it. Centennial with back-to-back. Now, in the NFL, you can't do that anymore. No back-to-back timeouts.
Well, here at Independence High School, you can...
Legal.
Yeah. On and on and on. Well, again, next week we'll be at Franklin High School, Coach Breece and myself, for the battle between the Rebels and the Summit Spartans. I'll take the next week off, I believe.
Well,
not that that really matters, but...
You're taking the week off?
I'm not on the schedule for that week.
Oh, my goodness.
I am for the 13th, next Friday.
Well. Here we go.
So now are we ready?
Yeah. Uh-oh. And now
So they'll call his third timeout, does Coach Kreisky.
That one is that one's probably for the officials for making them come back onto the field. Now, what would be the great thing would if Scott Blade would fake this. I think Coach Kreisky definitely frustrated with being called back for this field goal attempt, so burning 3 timeouts in a row. And
so our schedule, if you want to put this down on the refrigerator next week, Summit at Franklin.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay.
Feeling good.
20th, we've got Franklin back here at Independence.
Oh, wow.
You're on that one.
Am I?
Yep. And then the 27th, to close out the month, we've got Clarksville Northwest at Summit High School.
Yikes. Blowout.
Then
Popcorn City.
The first Friday of October, it's the Battle of Franklin between Centennial and the Rebels.
Here we go.
Now we're ready to go, and we've got a flag on the play, and we're never, ever, ever going to try this field goal.
How about this? Offsides on the defense. That's going to be half the distance. Take it to the 3-yard line. Yeah, move it up. Move it up, sure. Bring the offense back out.
Might as well. Stadium announcers saying we should all be well rested by now. So Cooper Allen, are you ready to try this field goal with 1 second remaining to try and put your squad up 31-0?
My. And that's going to take it.
And we have another flag.
It's going to take it to the 1-yard line, maybe the 1.5.
Well, so now do you bring Cash back in and you try your dive?
You know, here's the situation. Scott Blade and Kreisky, you know, this is a touchy situation because they know they're going to have to deal with each other for years and years to come. So you're going to go ahead and kick the field goal and get out.
There we go. It's up. And finally, it is good.
Uh-oh.
Centennial.
The longest 3 points in history.
Longest, yeah. Centennial, now they can march to their locker room. And Independence goes up 31-7 as we take it to halftime. You're watching the WCTV Game of the Week. We're back in a little while. Stay with us. Back at Independence High School, 24 minutes of football remain here on the 3rd week of the WCTV Game of the Week. Michael Williams alongside Paul Breece as we get ready for second half action. Independence set to kick it away to Centennial. Cougars trailing 31-7 now. As again, that squib kick all night long. Here's a Xavier Pickens. Takes the up kick, or the up back rather, and got a little bit of daylight as he'll dive across the 45-yard line. And Paul Breece, take us through the first half.
First half was a slow start by both teams. Independence started catching on, 14-0. Turned the ball over once. Centennial comes back with a long run by Desmond Smith, and then another 2 scores by Independence and a late field goal makes it 31-7 Indy. And Centennial with the ball first has to get some kind of points on the board here.
Well, like you said, Desmond Smith with a 60-yard touchdown scamper in the first half. That's been about the only bright spot for the Centennial offense. Smith again up the gut, crosses the 45-yard line, maybe a pickup of 1 or 2. Indy players coming away like they have the ball, but Centennial maintains possession.
Well, the run that Desmond Smith scored earlier for Centennial, that was the play. And I think Independence probably got a lesson at the locker room saying, hey, follow number 2.
Well, both of these teams well, this is Indy's region opener. This is the second region game for Centennial. Marcel back. He's flushed, rolling to his right, looking and firing into a crowd of people. That one is picked off.
That's 2 for number 8.
Number 8, Jackson Campbell.
Jackson Campbell.
As he nearly had a pick 6 in the first half, and he'll just have the pick that time as Marcel with an ill-advised throw into a batch of navy blue jerseys. So Indy takes over here on the second play from scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Comfortably in command, 31-7 are the Eagles. Cash again over the middle, got his man. That's Brian Pierce having a big night receiving the ball. He's across the Centennial 45-yard line.
And it's just one of these things that Independence, after the first 2 series, they've figured something out, obviously, because Cash just looks very comfortable in there. Centennial not getting too much pressure on him, and he's just picking them apart back there.
So 1st and 10 now. That spread offense working well for Indy. The give again to Pierce. Why not? As he dives close to the 45-yard line.
That may be one of the first times that we've seen an Independence offensive series they've gone back-to-back to a specific player like Pierce. It has been a workload for all on offense. Each individual, either rushing or receiving, has gotten their fair share.
They've used a variety of ball carriers tonight. 2nd down 5 now. Cash again swings to his right side and caught close to the 1st down. And they'll mark it just inside the 35-yard line. And this is what you talked about, Paul Breece. They're going to measure this, or they're just going to wave it on through?
Wow, I can't believe it. They're going to let it. 3rd and 1.
Well, it's not much of a one.
No, it's not at all.
There you see the Centennial crowd. They have construction out tonight. As Independence in the midst of a big construction project here. Cash firing to his right. Again.
Bishop off to the races.
All the way for the touchdown is Chase Bishop. He'll go 35 yards on the reception. And now Indy, who was in charge, now comfortably in charge, as they are set to go up 38-7.
Yeah, this was not expected at all. And Independence comfortably, you talked about it, making it look easy, and it's just open field tackling that seems to have cost the Centennial defense. So what looked like a play that should have gotten 3-4 yards turns out to be a 35-yard play.
So the Cougars just did not come ready to play tonight. As we take a look again.
Yeah, we'll see right here. It's basically up top. No one's going to see play the quick out. Bishop should be tackled 3-4 yards, 1 miss, 2 miss, and forget about it. Bishop 35 yards later, touchdown.
4 Centennial players around him, still couldn't come up with the tackle. And Bishop makes him pay. And Indy on top, 38-7 here. And we are just underway in the 3rd quarter.
Now we're at another conference by the officials. I can't believe they won't tell us what's going on.
Well, the Cougars have been searching for it all night, but so far have yet to spark offensively. Maybe give, and you got to credit this Independence defense.
Absolutely. They held a very good CPA team, you know, traditional power CPA. The CPA graduated a lot of players last year. One at Clemson, Cade Patterson, but still held them to 10 points. Independence has always been known that, hey, we'll try to outscore you, but this year it seems like they've had a little pride in their defense as well.
So Townsend again close to that sideline, and he's going to be covered up by Indy players, spun down at about the 17-yard line. Kevin Townsend again, a big breakout performance last week against Smyrna, but not a whole lot out of many Centennial players tonight.
Yeah, now, I mean, Independence up 31. You know, they can drop 6, 7 players on into coverage, and that's just going to make Grayson Marcel, the quarterback for Centennial, just really have to pick his spots in the passing game.
So the opening possession of the second half resulted in a pick for Centennial. Here they are, 1st and 10 from the 17, and again,
man,
Pickens can't come up with second and 10 now for Centennial on the incompletion. Well, if Indy hasn't stopped Centennial tonight, then Centennial has stopped themselves.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
Marcel again looking at 3 receivers to his left. The give to Smith, and is that Antonio Forrest? And we've got a flag on the play.
A couple of late flags.
Personal foul against Indy.
Yeah.
So that'll go positive for Centennial, as they'll have the 15-yarder freebie. So Indy charged with the unsportsmanlike. Gives the Centennial crowd something to cheer about.
Well, if Indy can, you know, they can find consistency and play this way week in and week out, they will be
they'll be a tough out
for sure. Yeah, I mean, Ravenwood up on Franklin High School 21-0 right now at halftime. The last check.
So 1st and 10, Indy, and Townsend again trying to find some daylight. Makes it up close to the 35-yard line.
Check that, Desmond Smith.
Was that Smith again? There it is as he trots off the field. Desmond Smith, the senior. 198 yards versus Smyrna last week and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. He's had a tough go for sure so far. Gaining 2 yards is pretty difficult.
Marcel now looking, running for his life.
Uh-oh, fumble.
And the ball's on the deck.
Uh-oh, 2 flags coming out late.
And now we've got a couple of flags. We've got a couple of players shoving one another in the backfield there.
And we'll see it up top. But, yeah, I mean, this is a right-in-your-face mask kind of hit. A great form tackle. Ball comes out. And Centennial very fortunate to be Johnny on the spot. And after the play, had some extracurricular. I would think that it was on one on each team. One's ejected.
They threw one out.
See if the second one.
They threw him out too. So 2 players ejected for both Centennial and Independence.
So it's almost like that play did not even matter. And as far as the yardage goes,
Not altogether clear where they're going to spot this. Once again, you take a look at the Indy crowd. Students decked out in red, white, and blue tonight.
They're going to give both teams a timeout here to kind of sort things out with the ejections. So no love lost here between these two teams. So a nice showing by the Centennial student section over there.
Absolutely. Saw a couple of my students over there.
8-11 in the third quarter. You know what? This has been a
this has been a grind.
And when we say that, I mean, from what happened at the end of the first half, and now to start the second half. And there's still a lot of football left to play. So, hey, if you're watching us on our stream on YouTube, Facebook, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe we get this thing big enough, we get paid by the person or something. I mean, hey, maybe we could work that in our contract.
That's right.
I can make a few phone calls.
They'll chopper us into the games.
Yeah.
There we are. How are you?
Yeah. And a nice breeze blowing up here.
I'm Michael Williams. This is
is
Paul Breece.
Hello. Never look at the screen. Never look at the screen.
There we are. Greetings. How are you? Thank you, Facebook and YouTube audience tonight.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate you tuning in. This game be replayed a couple of times on Sunday and then Wednesday as well.
10 and 6. 10 a.m., 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, I believe.
Marcel back to pass now. And again, trying to find a little bit of daylight. I think that was Eli Cornett. And he'll be short of the first down. Crosses the 40-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 4. We are 4 minutes into the third quarter.
Oh, wow.
So that does bring up 4th down. And now Indy set to receive as Vinny Cardella, the 3rd VC3.
Hashtag VC3.
Hashtag VC3 steps inside the 25-yard line.
Independence has come close. On blocking this punt, and now a delay of game on Centennial. So
we've had a number of delays of game tonight.
And you know that the young man that was ejected from the game, he played on the line, and I think there was some confusion on who was supposed to replace it.
So set to kick it away is Centennial, and squibs the snap, and this one will fall dead inside the 35-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will take over, 1st and 10.
And a good recovery by the punter.
Yeah.
To just pick that up pretty clean and get it off. That could have been disastrous. I mean,
there you see the bobble snap.
And it interesting that the umpire did not call roughing the kicker, running into the kicker, because he definitely did.
Again, trying to find a little running room. Number 18 is Kobe Creed again.
Yeah. He's had a few runs tonight.
He's had a nice night, has Creed. Again, like my buddy Paul Breece has said, these Eagles have spread the wealth tonight in terms of a variety of ball carriers. Paul, you'd think these Eagles content to maybe just kind of run for a bit, chew on some clock.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They'll cross the 40-yard line, close to a first down.
Pickering comes close.
Ethan Pickering picks up about 4 yards on the play.
No. He picked up
yards,
a first down. Yeah.
Excuse me.
The only reason I'm saying that because it looked like he was going to be close for a third down, but they waved him on.
Let's go.
Yeah. Keep the clock moving.
So now we've got 1st and 10 from the Eagle 42. Again, that give inside and spun down as he crosses the 45-yard line. I believe that was, I want to say Creed again.
Creed, yeah. He took a pretty good pop right there. You know, when you see a young man check his chin strap to see if it's still buckled, you know, he took a pretty good pop.
The 2nd down 6 here for Cash, and the Eagles to give inside again to Creed, and he's right up to midfield, about 2-3 yards shy of the first down, but that keeps that clock ticking. Do you take a shot here, Paul Breece, or are you just content to?
Absolutely not.
Just chew on it.
Keep it simple.
They almost took a shot, and Centennial nearly comes up with the pick, and that would have been smooth sailing had the defender been able to make that pick. He had nothing but green in front of him.
Wow. 4th down and 2. Indy going to go for it here at midfield.
So everybody stays on the field for Coach Scott Blades and these Independence Eagles. 4th down and 2.
See if they try to make them jump. Nope.
No doing. Here's Cash again in trouble,
first down.
but shifts his field and crosses the 45-yard line of Centennial, and he'll have that first down.
First down. Centennial had it covered too. Just could not seal the deal defensively right there.
So 1st and 10, Independence back in business. Creed again finds some daylight.
Man, the
runs
trap
over a couple of people, and he crosses the 30-yard line for another Independence first down.
Yeah, that trap play is just really working for the Independence Eagles. I mean, they take that left guard, center blocks away, and the guard's pulling, and man, they trap that poor nose tackle, and it is just a cakewalk up there for about 10 yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the Cougar 29-yard line. Creed again tries to pop to the outside, but falls just short of the 25-yard line, maybe a pickup of 3. Chewing on that clock is Independence now. 2nd down 7. Another jet sweep, or sweep in general. And finding himself in a little bit of trouble, trying to work his way out of it, is Jackson Campbell.
Yeah. He's had a pretty good night on the defensive side. 2 interceptions.
2 picks, nearly a pick 6.
And an injured.
And so we've got an injured Centennial player on the field. I believe that is Xavier Pickens. Slow to get up and kind of limping off the field. There you see Jackson Campbell making a few players miss, but unable to get away from a host of Centennial defenders.
Well, got a score from Brentwood High School, 56-0. Brentwood putting it on Dixon County. That game probably is over with the running clock.
So our clock runs under 3:40 to go here in the third. Cash again looks to his right, fires to his right, got his man, but spun down at the 30-yard line for no gain.
And that's one of the few times that Centennial's done a good job with the open field tackle right there. 4th and 10 at the 29. That would put it at about a 46-yard field goal. Not sure if they have that in their arsenal. Independence.
So we've seen this out of Coach Blades before. 4th down, might as well. Up 31 points. Here's Cash again. Steps to his right, got a little bit of breathing room.
Wow, he's put the Jets on.
And he'll find the first down inside the 10-yard line on a 4th and 10 play.
Wow. That was Ethan Cash doing Ethan Cash. That young man put another gear on right there with that run.
Ethan Cash with some great scrambling ability tonight. He's got 2 touchdowns. And that a 4th and 10, and Cash able to come up with.
Yeah, absolutely, right here. He's looking. Pocket breaks down. He takes off. And right there, he knows. And I like it. He challenged the defender right there as well after he picked up the first down. I liked it. Coach Blade probably didn't like it.
Here's the sweep, the jet sweep. Finding the corner.
The cakewalk, Chase Bishop.
Is Chase Bishop. And you see some Centennial heads begin to droop down pretty low, as now this, Paul Breece, has become the blowout.
Wow, absolutely. I mean, there was just some expectations of a very good game that was going to take place, and one team accepted that challenge, and Independence is going to walk off.
Well, now up 44-7, make it 45-7. And barring a Centennial touchdown, we will have a running clock for the duration here. So no stoppage on the play clock.
And Chase Bishop right here. You can tell I'm not running very hard. I'm being very patient. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Thank you, blockers. I'll take that.
So that jet sweep for Chase Bishop, and he walks into the corner of the end zone. As Indy is now putting it on these Cougars. Score of 45-7. And we are looking at 1:09 to go, as now the clock simply ticks away.
You talked about the push-ups from the guys down there. I didn't really believe you, but 45 is a lot.
Well, they're set to kick it away as the clock ticks down. 23 seconds to go now, and they squib it along the ground. Again, the up back, that is number 34 for Centennial, Antonio Forrest, who we called his name a few times last week. So that'll bring up the end of the third quarter with our running clock, and it will remain running for 12 minutes here in the fourth.
Yeah, clock out. Clock. You talked about run for either timeouts or injuries.
There you see your score. Indy up 45-7 on these Cougars.
Well, and you talked about it. Let's next week, Franklin and Summit. Not a region game. Summit is still in 5A.
We get to see the Twins next week, yes?
The Wade Twins are legit, as well as the running back turned wide receiver, George. Oh, my. I'm having a hard time remembering his name. Starts with O, I think.
Oh, yes.
But he was the running back. Now they moved him out to receiver.
Really?
So spreading the wealth. And then in Franklin, obviously, they've taken their quarterback from the previous years, Josh Nichols. They've moved him to receiver. They have a new quarterback, Guy Lipscomb, Belmont baseball signee, commit.
Guy, a former student of mine.
So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Franklin has hit a murderer's row, so to speak, on the schedule with Riverdale, Ravenwood, and Summit three straight weeks.
Back to back to back to start the season. So Centennial now, inside screen, and again, the pass intended for Desmond Smith falls short, and the clock continues to run even on the incomplete pass.
Now, even though there's 11 minutes left, I have to get my game plan on how to get out of this place.
That's right.
It was a mess getting in here. I can't believe how I'm going to get out of here.
I parked down at the.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, smart move.
They were. It's a long walk, but
yeah,
it's all right.
It's a long walk to my car.
2nd and 10 for
screen
the Cougars
pass
again on the inside screen, and this time a little daylight.
Yep.
And I believe that was
21.
I believe that is Alexander Steele.
Oh. Alexander Steele earlier, he was the guy that the kickoff hit off his knee. And redeems himself right there with a nice play.
So the Cougars now 1st and 10 in Independence territory. It looks like Paul Breece, a number of clean uniforms out there.
On the Indy side of the defense, right?
Indy,
yeah.
That's right. So Centennial's upperclassmen here might have some gash plays coming up. And again.
Yeah. Well, the only person I know that's not out there is Desmond Smith, the running back for Centennial. He is definitely not out there, and I think they're going to call it a night for him.
So Forrest on the carry there for Centennial.
Hey, young man. And his sidekick right there.
Time of your life, fellas. Forrest again.
Oh, hang on.
Trying to stay on his feet, but the young Indy defense able to hang on. Stopped just short of the 40-yard line. Clock ticks below 10 minutes to go now, as these Indy student section is pretty fired up.
So a little delayed draw right here.
Antonio Forrest again trying to maintain his balance there, but brought down by that Indy defense. 3rd down and 3. Marcel fires to his right, and ball bounces along the track there, but we have a false start.
Well, our boss, Creed Henderson, has informed me the running back for Summit, George Odemegwu.
That's right.
Odemegwu. Man, that's going to be a handful.
George O.
Yeah, it's going to be a handful. I need to do the old AEIOU little. My son is a music major at Belmont, and I used to say, why are you doing that stuff? I mean, but now I know why. It's a thing. It's a thing. So
it's a fun thing.
Yeah. So he's going to be the whole Summit Spartan team is going to be fun to watch. I'm definitely a big fan of them, and that's the team that beat Independence earlier this year was the Summit Spartans.
So Marcel's pass falls incomplete, and the ball will go over on downs. Indy will take over, and I suspect Scott Blades will put his second and third teamers in here for the duration, up 45-7 with as we tick to 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. And you see that running clock there with the lopsided score.
They're going to realize that they're going to probably have to call timeout just to get 11 people out there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's number 10. And where's 11? There you go, looking for somebody.
There he goes.
There's 11. No, there's 12. Nope. Come back. So with 13 seconds on the play clock, Scott Blade he'll take the delay game. It doesn't matter.
No big whoop. Don't tell the
first snap
on the floor.
Oh, get down, big guy.
Trying to run away and spun down. Tell who the ball carrier is.
Well, 6 for Centennial on the tackle, and that is and that that the first play jitters right there. 6 on the tackle. Michael Williams was.
We have one roster up here tonight.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Nobody.
Josh Forsey.
There you go.
Second down and 19 after the big loss.
And you obviously expected a bad snap. I mean, the guy has been sitting the bench.
Nicely done.
How about that? Quarterback.
Don't know who.
All right. 12. 12 is your quarterback.
Gabe Thiemann.
And here we see it right here. Another quick snap. Good recovery. Quick out. If you would have hit him on the run, it'd have been great.
As Calvin Wilson comes up with the
nice catch.
The reception.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for Thiemann. Back across the middle and caught across the 45-yard line and driven back.
Now 4th down here.
Cardella, I believe, on the catch. 4th down now for the Eagles, just across the 45-yard line. 5:30 to go in the ball game. There you see Gabe Thiemann, the 12th grader. Got his man nearly caught.
Great play.
Nicely defended.
Townsell.
That time by Townsell. Knocks the ball away, and ball will go over on downs as the clock continues to tick now at 5 minutes to go. So big Friday the 13th game next Friday.
Coach. Oh my.
That's right.
Yikes.
And the moon might be even full.
I was going to say, yeah.
First and 10 for Centennial, 4:34 to go in the ball game. Marcel again, looking for his man and just coming up short time and time again.
Uh-oh.
Flags coming in all over the place.
Wow.
And this looks a lot like maybe unsportsmanlike or perhaps a personal foul. Cannon Plowman, number 7, kind of pleading his case there for Centennial.
Yeah,
unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's on Independence.
And he is ejected.
Oh, it's on both. Did they eject him?
I thought they threw him out.
Declined. Offset.
Okay, so we'll I thought I saw the thumb go up in the air. However, offsetting penalties, so
well,
no harm, but they
hasn't
been
a shortage of flags tonight.
Not a one. So offsetting penalties, we'll do it again. Again, time continues to tick away, 3:30 now. Second and 10. Here's again the
nice
inside
job,
give.
Yeah, nice job by the young Independence defense to hold Desmond Smith on only about 3.
Third down and 7, and
wait a minute.
Desmond Smith, he'll go all the way from 48 yards away, his second big run of the night.
And that was almost unfair. Smith against the younger Eagles defenders right there. Just on a easy handoff.
So 45-13 now. And we're back under 35 points after the touchdown and the likely field goal. And so now we're back to a regular clock, 2:24 remaining in the game. There you see the Centennial crowd.
Here we
Smith
go
again.
Yeah, just a handoff here. He sees the clogged up in the middle. He's going to bust it to the outside. And if it's a foot race, put your money on number 2.
Probably needs to
secure the ball.
Hold the ball a little high and tight there.
(45-14), 2:24 left. Michael Williams. I would say if you were talking about the region standings right now,
well, that's what
obviously Ravenwood on paper 1,
yeah,
Brentwood 2, Independence 3.
So Centennial set to kick it away, and that'll just be outside the end zone. Yeah. And Indy has a chance to return this, and we will return it. Finds a little daylight. Finds here some flags. This is Jackson Campbell, and more flags come in.
Man, oh man!
I think we had a late hit out of bounds, but I think
I definitely know we have a holding back here on the 20. With 3 flags thrown. Man, what? And
you take a look again at Campbell bringing the ball up, trying to see if we can find the penalty. There's a big block in the back. That was it.
That could do it. What do we got here?
And then Campbell out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
And bang.
Nothing. Maybe the young man laying down. Maybe something happened. Who knows? 45-14. It's time when people get a little sloppy. You got to have cooler heads prevail.
Well, 2:09 to go.
Yeah.
We'll try to get things sorted out with all the flags on the field.
Absolutely. .209, and now they're winding the clock. I saw the referee signal the wind.
And they'll start it again, and there it goes. Well, ticked off 1 second.
They stopped it?
They stopped it. Now they march the ball back. Okay. And now they go back the other way.
Holy moly.
Not exactly sure what's happening. An interesting turn of events, as it were.
So the block in the back may have gotten trumped by a personal foul on Centennial.
So 1st and 10, Indy from their own 30-yard line. And the play is stacked up. Clock will continue to tick under 2 minutes now.
All right.
Outstanding. $90 seconds to go here in the ball game. Indy now, big swing pass out to the flat, and that is number 11, Cade Motley, and stepped out of bounds. I don't think he thought he stepped out of bounds. He kept on going. But that's a 1st down, and I would suspect Scott Blades now can just go into the victory formation and be done with it.
Motley, number 11 right there, Michael Williams. Do we have a height on him on the roster, number 11?
5'10", $160.
5'10". Hey, looks like 6'4" up here.
So minutes to go now, and Independence will have their first region win of the year. Centennial will drop to 0-2 in the region, exactly what Coach Matt Kreisky was fighting against coming down here. 0-2 in the region is a deep, deep hole to dig yourself out of this early in the season. 35 seconds to go now. 2nd down 10. And again, the Eagles just content to run into a big pile of people each time as the clock continues to tick away. And that'll do it. So as the teams gather themselves at midfield, Indy with an enormous 45-14 victory over the visiting Centennial Cougars. And that'll do it. So, for our 3rd WCTV game of the week, there you see your final score: Independence 45, Centennial 14. For everybody here at WCTV, my buddy Paul Breece, my name's Michael Williams. We'll be at Franklin next weekend, or next Friday the 13th, for Franklin and Summit. Hope you can join us. Until then, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.